All right, so I've been playing this game for about 7 days, free to play, haven't spent any money, and there's some good things and some bad things that I want to go over, kind of like my free to play review of what you can expect. First thing I want to say is the game, and this is probably my biggest gripe with the game, it punishes you extremely for trying to experiment with different weapons and different builds and things like that. And what I mean by that, like if we go to our main character, the higher your level, the more gold it costs to reset your points, to kind of experiment. And that's what I've been doing. I've been trying out like a strength build, an intelligence build, and I wasted a lot of gold just trying out different builds. And that's the biggest problem in this game is gold. Gold is used for everything. And because gold's used for everything, you run out of it so fast, especially as a free to play. And you get to a point where if you start investing in bad gear or bad weapons, you're pretty much screwed your account. And at the beginning of the game, it throws a lot of gold at you. I mean, I had like over 1.5 million gold at one point. I had tons of gold because there's lots of events, there's like login bonuses, like the game gives you a lot of gold early on, but after like a week you kind of notice, man, you start to burn through that gold because everything that you invested the gold in is now obsolete, and now you have access to better things, so now you need to invest in the better things. And because you never get the gold back from the bad things you invested in at the beginning, because at the beginning they were good to you, but now they're not, there's nothing you can do. So you run out of gold quickly. So that's kind of like the trick that they're using to kind of entice people to spend money. If you start just upgrading a bunch of different gear that you want to try, you run out of gold, and then you're like, what do I do now? And that was one of the things that I was doing. Like I was experimenting with tons of different weapons. I was trying out all the R weapons, the lowest rarity weapons, going ahead and awakening them to like the max awakening, trying them out, seeing if any of them were good. And you see like a lot of the weapons I've got at like a 5 maxed out awakening star, and a lot of these R's, because I really didn't get too many SRs. A lot of the SRs I've only got one copy of. I did get a duplicate of this one. I did get one SSR weapon, which was the Grimmer, which is insane. I've been using that, but like early on, if you don't get that, or if you don't even re-roll, like I didn't re-roll either, so I don't believe in re-rolling. I think it's a waste of time. I don't do that stuff. I just take whatever I get. And I mean, at the beginning, when you have to invest in some of this other gear or these other weapons, it's completely wasted your gold, right? Like there's no way to get it back, and there should be a way to somehow get your gold back. Like if you've already invested in a piece of gear and you leveled it up, like let's say we got this one at level 20, we don't get any gold back. I feel like you should at least get some type of gold back, even if it's not the full amount, even if it's only like half the gold. Just getting something back for investing, I think would help out a lot. It just feels like the game really punishes you for experimenting and trying different things. And especially like if you're a new player and let's say you don't watch videos on YouTube, you're not in the Discord, you're like a brand new player, you're clueless. If you come in here and you start investing in bad gear, stuff that people don't recommend, you're gonna waste all your gold, and then you're gonna be forced to kind of spend money to kind of fix your mistakes. And I think that's kind of where the whole money-making scheme is with this game. Is it's kind of made to encourage you to make mistakes, so that way you get to a point where you're stuck, like where you have no gold, like I have no gold now and stuff. And it's like, what do I do, right? Like it gets really grindy, and it forces people to just make a decision of either spending money or just slowly progressing, like really slowly progressing and just logging in. And I mean, it becomes a crawl at that point at getting gold. I will say the good thing about this game though is the draw system. The gacha system in this game is by far one of the better ones that I've experienced. Pretty good SSR units as a free to play. The percentages I think are pretty good at a 1.2% base rate to get an SSR. That's not bad. Typically a lot of the games, I mean, they're like less than 1%, right? So this I think is good, and the game also gives you a decent amount of draws early on with doing things like the challenges and events and stuff, but a lot of these events again require gold, like the artifact growth challenge. You're going to be spending gold. As far as the hunters that I got, I was able to get 2 copies of the SSR Chase character for her exclusive banner. I got 2 of her. I also got her exclusive weapon twice. And then we also did get Emma as well. She was on our wish list. And then we also got 2 copies of this guy. He's another SSR. We got 1 for free from our 7-day login. And then we got 1 from summoning. So we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SSR characters and 2 SSR weapons as a free to play. I think that's really good. Like, I had no problem with the gacha system. I think the gacha system has been great. We got some other SR units as well that some of them are better than others. But another thing is, like, again, I'm investing in a bunch of different characters because, like, at the beginning I didn't have her. So I had to like level up other characters that I had. And because I didn't re-roll, I kind of started off with like bad characters. So I had to invest in bad characters, which means it's like wasted gold now, because it's like, all right, well, these characters are now power creeped out because I got better SSR units now. So I just wasted all that gold. Again, that's the thing. Like, being able to reset your character's levels would be nice. Getting the gold back, even if it's half. It just feels like that's the biggest issue with this game, and that's like the biggest problem I think you're gonna run into as a free to play is the gold and trying to make sure you don't invest in bad things. And if you don't know, though, you're gonna end up making mistakes and then, you know, you're screwed. But overall, I think it's still a good game. It's still one that I highly recommend. But I think you really got to be cautious about how you use your gold. Probably going to go back to making videos on Squad Busters, because I've been enjoying that game a lot more than this. We also have a new base building war game that I'm not sure if it's coming out next week. I looked it up and it said next week. So we got some new games coming out within the next couple of weeks that I'm interested in. That is it. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay safe. I'll see you later. Peace.